Ivanka Trump that many are calling beyond the line and offensive and tasteless. Watch this one.
A lot of us thought, oh, Ivanka's going to be our saving grace, you know, when he's about to nuke Finland or something. She's going to walk into the bedroom and, you know, yeah, Daddy. Don't do it, Daddy.
Would anyone on late night television do that when Barack Obama was president, or to his daughters or wife? It is so beyond the line, and Maher is only the latest example of a liberal host crossing the line, attacking the family and the president himself. Now, these late-night attacks, like you just saw about President Trump, all too common. There's a brand-new study from George Mason University. In his first 100 days in office, President Trump was the target of 1,060 jokes from late-night comics. President Obama, Bush, Clinton didn't even face that many jokes, never mind how vile they are, after an entire year in office. Here with reaction, Fox News correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera, conservative commentator, Monica Crowley. Think for a second. I actually think that one of the things that I've always said about President Obama, his kids seem pretty cool, pretty good. They seem like great kids. The only thing Michelle came under fire for really on this program was for the first time in my adult life, I'm proud of my country. Would that ever happen to Barack Obama or his kids? And if it did, wouldn't it be the most despicable thing? Why is this double standard exist for this president and his daughter, his 10-year-old son, and his wife?
It seems to me, first of all, that Bill Maher has carved out a unique place. He is so way out there on the left and has consistently been that he gets cut a lot of slack. Even so, when you involve the children of the President of the United States, shame on you. And to do it in such a low-down and dirty way, I absolutely believe that he has crossed the line. I absolutely believe that we have to have some
If I did it during Obama being president, I'm gone. My career's over, correct?
Well, probably, yes. But I also lived through impeachment. Bill Clinton got a lot of oral sex jokes and all the rest of it in the Oval Office. But he never saw Chelsea Clinton being dragged in to that mess.
Thank God.
And thank God. And there has to be some rules. There has to be some limitation.
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm Kelly Wright in Washington. The White House denying a Washington Post report that President Trump revealed highly classified information to Russian officials. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, who was in last week's White House meeting with the Russian foreign minister, says no sensitive intel was shared.
The story that came out tonight, as reported, is false. The president and the foreign minister reviewed a range of common threats to our two countries, including threats to civil aviation. At no time were intelligence sources or methods discussed. And the president did not disclose any military operations that were not already publicly known.
This is in contrast to the Washington Post report, which claims sources told them the information was very sensitive and had been provided by a U.S. partner. I'm Kelly Wright in Washington. Now back to Hannity.
Welcome back to Hannity. So the destroy Trump propaganda media, they're working overtime. They're doing everything they can do to attack and discredit the president of the United States. Now, here are some of the latest examples of the ridiculous comments made by the mainstream media. It's sort of, in other words, our fake news update.
It's sad and pathetic that the Secretary of State feels like he has to say that he's, quote, devoted to a president who is again shredding democratic norm.
Donald Trump is a president with whom there is grave question about his fitness and ability to conduct the office of the presidency.
Donald Trump, in much of his rhetoric and many of his actions, poses a danger to American democracy. The media must cover the administration's policies fairly, but it also must never let the public forget that many of the attitudes and actions of this president are gross violations of the customs and practices of the modern American system.